What's up guys, it's Nerdbug coming at you with another episode of But Does It Spin, and today we are going to be opening yet another volume 27. And of course we did already open the two remakes. We did open Astro Fafnir, Dynamite Valkyrie, and Vanish Longinus. So we are missing two, so let's open this up and see what we're getting today. But before we continue, leave us a like if you've been enjoying this series and consider subscribing not to miss any future videos of But Does It Spin. So are you ready? Let's go! So here we are with Guilty Spriggan. Very cool, very cool. Before we go into that though, we should take a look at the tool that came with it though. It is red, which is interesting because the only thing that is red is the stickers and the eyes, I guess. You would think it would be black, but you know, I guess they did already give us a black one. So it is what it is. You do need this tool to change modes of the Spriggan. Of course, that is only if you're going to use this Spriggan chip on a different blade, because Guilty only turns left. So we will have to leave him on left, and you know, this isn't really useful here. But yeah, going into the blade itself, it is very cool. You can see that Guilty is blackened out, which is fantastic. I think is very cool. And also it does have a armor 2 on here, as you can see, with some black accent stickers on it, which is also very cool, very cool. That said, this is the way he came in, which is interesting because this is the first, for me at least, this is the first Beyblade that came already on high mode. And I was wondering why that was, and of course that's because the disc that came with it is not a Dynamite Battle disc. It is a normal disc, so it can only fit on high mode. That's why they left it on high mode. I'm not a huge fan of high mode, but you know, I guess this time is okay because it won't have that gap because this is not a DB disc. So you know, I'm okay with that. I'm just not too happy to see the gap between the disc and the blade. But you know, in here, that's okay. Of course, these dragons are metal here, so they will carry out really heavy attacks. Over here is also metal as well underneath. So this is one of the heaviest attacking blades currently. Guilty Longinus is a beast on the arena, and now with the Spriggan we'll have to see how well it does. Of course, Spriggan's gimmick is that it can change modes from left to right. That is why he's currently on left spin here. And the armor, like I said, is a 2, which is very common, but it is golden. This would be the piece that would go to the Holy King, but if you make Holy King into a perfect gear, then he won't need this armor. So this is probably the only piece of Holy King Belial that can stay on in this Beyblade without having to take it off, if you have all of them, of course. But yeah, the attacks, like I said, are very heavy. But yeah, nothing more to be said about this guy. The disc here is an outer. Like I said, it is not a Dynamite Battle disc. That said, I think over is probably a better disc now. But outer was really good back in the days, as it was very round, as you can see, very smooth underneath. It is pretty much an over disc pre Dynamite Battle. So it is smooth underneath and it is very round, so it will give a lot of life after death. The weight is mostly focused on the outside, so it will help with stamina when spinning. You know, fantastic. It's just that it is from back in Trozy era, I think. So it is now outdated. It is not as heavy as some of the other discs now, like the over. But you know, for what it is still pretty decent. And of course the driver is a Never in gold and black, which is fantastic. I do like this color quite a bit. We already talked about the Never driver a few times already. It is a very short driver and very light. You can see that some of the spaces are missing to make more space. This black part is POM, so it will have less friction with the arena. And the tip here, it's a free spinning tip. It may not seem like it, but it is. So you know, if you launch your Beyblade very straight up like this, it will have crazy amazing stamina. When it gets hit and it tips, it will have less friction here. It will catch on the side like this, but it is POM, so it will have less friction. It will mostly move to the side and keep on spinning instead of doing crazy counter attacks like other drivers. So you know, it's pretty interesting to keep the Beyblade spinning. This is a fantastic driver, and paired with an outer, it will be amazing. Even if it is on a very aggressive blade like the Guilty, I think it will be pretty good. So yeah, these are the parts. Let's assemble it, test it out, and of course, battle it against the other 3 Volume 27 Beyblades that we got. And that's it, folks. And as you saw, Spriggan did lose to Fafnir by burst. He did lose to Valkyrie by burst. He won from Longinus by stamina. But you definitely do see that his teeth are much weaker than his other rivals. You see that the locks are pretty weak. I'm not sure if that's because of Spriggan or because of Never, but he did burst more often compared to the others. On stamina mode, he did beat against Longinus, most probably because of the moment, but it is what it is. I thought there were some cool battles, especially with Valkyrie ending up here and not coming back. I don't know what that was all about, but that was at the very least kind of interesting. So yeah, take the conclusions you like from that. Leave us a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to see more videos like this. We are of course focusing mostly on Beyblades, but we also do sometimes bring other kinds of spin tops. Sometimes even stuff that are not even spin tops, but we try to spin them anyway, just to see if we can. So if you're into stuff like that, I'll see you next time, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.